Bandido brings Cassidy back up, sends him into the ropes, pops him up, down.
Introduction. Hello and welcome back to your favorite wrestling channel, Marvelous Wrestling. Tonight, we will be breaking down the anatomy of one of the most famous lucha libre stars, Bandido. Starting from his gravity-defying jumps to his explosive strength, how does he make everything he does so effortlessly? Is it because of his huge muscular physique, or is it something else? In this video, we will be exploring everything that makes Bandido such an effortless and talented wrestler, which almost makes him like a superhero. So hold on to your seats and get ready to know what makes Bandido unstoppable in the ring. Do not forget to smash the like and subscribe button, just like Bandido smashes his opponents, so that you never miss another wrestling update. So without any further ado, let us get right into it. The birth of the lucha libre star, Bandido. As you must have noticed, we have discussed quite a few other fighters similar to Bandido who specialize in lucha libre, such as Mystico and Rey Mysterio. And that is because lucha libre is such a complex yet beautiful fighting style that it cannot go unnoticed, and the fighters who execute it perfectly are nothing short of elegant, and Bandido is one of those wrestlers. Since childhood, Manuel Alfonso Andrade Oropeza, aka Bandido, grew up around the lucha libre heritage, as multiple generations of his family were wrestlers who also specialized in lucha libre. This sparked the flame of becoming a wrestler in Manuel's heart. As he was growing up, Manuel started to train under his own family in Mexican wrestling gyms, getting better at this art form day by day. After a few years of vigorous training, Manuel started to wrestle under many different names such as Magnifico II, but he soon decided that he wanted to start fighting under his own special name, and he decided to do just that. Soon, when it came to rebranding himself, Manuel got inspired by the word Bandido, which in Spanish translates to bandit, and that was badass. In fact, to keep up with his new name, he changed his looks too. His attire even consisted of a signature bandana-styled mask, which completely covered his nose and mouth, making him look like his inspirations, like classic Western outlaws and Mexican revolutionaries like Pancho Villa. Though most lucha libre fighters also wear a mask that covers their faces, this one was much more unique, as it did not allow anyone to see any parts of his face, and it also gave him a much more villainous vibe, unlike most of his fellow wrestlers. Bandido's rise to fame. Even though Manuel had made his wrestling debut in 2011, it was not until 2016 when he fully took up the title of Bandido, and let me tell you, this new persona of his was jaw-dropping. After he made his debut as Bandido in the Crash in 2016, he soon joined a team with other luchadors wrestlers such as Flamita and Rey Horus. This team of luchadors was soon given the name Mexa Blood, and this team was the very push Bandido needed to reach the international spotlight. With time, Bandido's fame grew bigger and bigger, and his biggest breakout match came in PWG's Battle of Los Angeles in 2018. And this was the very match that made almost every wrestling fan divert their full attention to them. Due to this very match, soon he was signed into various other famous wrestling organizations such as PWG, ROH, and eventually AEW. Twist. Do not tell anyone, but he even said that he got the opportunity to sign up with the biggest wrestling organization in the world, but refused, and fans have speculated that the organization may be none other than WWE. Bandido's fighting style, the perfect blend of power and lucha libre. As we have already established, that Bandido is not only a unique lucha libre fighter, but he is also one of the most talented. He is famously known for his incredible blend of high-flying agility, technical wrestling skills, and raw strength. In fact, though most of his moves are definitely inspired by lucha libre, he also does not shy away from incorporating special moves using his raw power and innovative aerial attacks. All of these make him a highly versatile wrestler and a very unpredictable opponent to fight against. To add on to all of this, Bandido has an extremely high endurance, which allows him to constantly perform heavy attacks, which would normally tire out other wrestlers. He is the embodiment of the psychology of never giving up, as he has shown in numerous of his matches, that even if he is knocked out or pinned down, he always finds out ways to break free and fight for the win. Even though Bandido is not nearly a submission specialist, due to his training and expertise in every skill he has, he has been able to make opponents twice his size submit, all by using just his raw strength, high endurance, and his almost supernatural ability to make the crowd go wild by using his crowd skills. Bandido's training regimen, the making of a lucha libre powerhouse. So far, we have talked about how Bandido came to be and how his fighting style made him one of the most recognized lucha libre wrestlers. But the secret behind all of this raw strength and endurance is his hardcore yet unique workout regime, which is a perfect fusion of strength, agility, and hard work that allows him to be both a high flyer and a powerhouse in the ring. Let us start with his strength training. His strength training includes various exercises that help him build up his explosive power, such as deadlifts, squats, bench presses, and overhead presses. All of these allow him to suplex and pin down opponents much larger than him. To top it off, he also enhances his fast twitch muscle fibers using a variety of exercises such as speed deadlifts, kettlebell swings, and box jumps, which allows him to greatly increase his jump length and speed. It also aids him in performing blitz attacks, which the opponents may not even be able to see if they are not paying proper attention. He also trains lucha libre on a daily basis, while also incorporating plyometric drills like hurdle sprints, parkour-inspired obstacle courses, and ladder drills. And, last but not least, comes his cardio and endurance workout, which may be the most important of them all. This training of his consists of HIIT workouts, sprint intervals, battle ropes, and wrestling-specific conditioning drills, and it allows him to keep up his fast-paced moves and, of course, his extremely high endurance. Overall, Bandido also participates in light matches and different genres of wrestling so that he can continue to learn and grow alongside the other wrestlers he may be competing with in the future. This exact hardcore training regime is what makes Bandido one of the most exciting and dynamic wrestlers in today's day and age, and makes him capable of defying gravity while overpowering opponents with sheer strength. Bandido's special moves and attacks, a perfect blend of power and aerial mastery. We have discussed almost everything there is to know about this masked beast, starting from his debut to how he trains to keep up with others. So let us also talk about all his special moves, which he uses to rain fear in his enemies' hearts. 21 plex, inverted bridging German suplex, signature move. Of course, we have to start with his signature move, the 21 plex. This move of his is considered to be one of the most devastating moves he has in his arsenal. The attack starts with him absolutely locking up his enemy in a full Nelson position, and then, after he is sure they cannot run away, he lifts them up high into the air before flipping them backward, and then performing a bridging German suplex. The 21 plex is the visual representation of all of his greatest strengths coming together in one fluid attack, making it one of the most unique and powerful finishers of all time. What proves this attack's lethality is the fact that it can knock out and disorient enemies who are far bigger and even stronger than Bandido. X-knee, running jumping, knee strike. When it comes to having an attack that is sure to land, that is where the X-knee comes into play. More than anything else, this attack is perfect for stunning his enemies so that he can go on to perform much heavier attacks on them. He starts this move by sprinting at full speed towards his opponent, which is already intimidating enough, and then he proceeds to deliver a jaw-breaking knee kick straight to their face. Bandido usually uses this move just after he dodges an attack, making it a perfect counter as well. Fosbury flop, over-the-top rope dive. If you have ever watched Bandido perform a Fosbury flop, you will know that it is one of the most breathtaking moves in all of wrestling. Unlike most traditional suicide dives, Bandido adds a little twist by arching backward in mid-air while flipping over the top rope, and then proceeds to jump on the opponent, crashing into them and mostly knocking them out. The reason this move is considered to be one of his greatest moves is that not only does this move take a lot of elite body control, precision, and fearlessness, but it also leaves room for very little error, and that is why, when he does it so elegantly, it is just unbelievable. Spanish fly, standing or top rope version. This move is a lucha libre classic, and a lot of wrestlers use this very move, but very few of them can actually execute it effortlessly as Bandido does. Even though this move is a simple backflip slam, the amount of precision needed to pull off this move is extremely accurate, and somehow Bandido has found the exact amount of push and strength he needs to use to execute it properly. Revolution Fly, Tilt-A-Whirl Face Buster. Bandido does not use this move to just stun and pin down his enemies. He also uses this attack to showcase his expertise in the art of lucha libre. Using it as a perfect counter, he grabs his opponent's head and spins around them in a tilt-a-whirl motion before planting them face first into the mat. He can also use this to turn his opponent's attacks against them, which just makes it that much more badass. Gorilla Press Slam. Bandido is famously known for his high aerial attacks, but he is also extremely strong, and the Gorilla Press Slam is the perfect move in his arsenal to showcase his brute strength. In this move, Bandido lifts up his opponent high above his head, often holding them up there for a few seconds to show dominance like a gorilla, and then he proceeds to slam them down on the mat with enough force to absolutely knock them out. Although this move is not particularly easy, he can execute it even with the biggest of wrestlers, showing the world that he is not just fast, but deadly strong too. After seeing all of his attacks, we can surely say that almost any fighter would be dead scared to face off against him, especially if he is in his best form and is ready to take them on. In fact, if Bandido were to join WWE back when he was given the offer, we are sure that he would have become an absolute fan favourite and may even have challenged the likes of Rey Mysterio too. Marvelous verdict. After thoroughly going through everything there was to know about this absolute beast, we can confidently say that Bandido is the perfect embodiment of modern lucha libre. Starting from his deadly 21-plex to the breathtaking Fosbury flop, all his moves showcase his ability to blend his strength and agility, and this is what gives him the edge over his fellow opponents. His style isn't just about winning matches, it's about pushing the limits of what's possible in professional wrestling. Talking about lucha libre, who is your favorite lucha libre wrestler? Comment down below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more incredible wrestling content. Viva la lucha!